Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. Today I'm going to be making soap with my father-in-law, Robert.
Hello.
And he's been very interested in the process of making soap. He's never made soap before. And so I thought it would be a great video tutorial to take everybody through a beginning. If you're a beginning soaper, this would be a good video to watch because I'm going to take you through the whole process and you're going to be watching someone who's never done it before. So that will help me with my pacing to show you what it looks like if you've never made soap. So we are going to be doing the same recipe, 2 different soaps. So what that means is our oils are the same, our fragrances and colors are going to be different. So he's going to be doing an orange mimosa, classic champagne and orange smell with an orange and white color. I'm going to be doing a berry mimosa with a purple and gold accent. And that's going to be 2 of my fragrances blended together, black raspberry vanilla and champagne. So let's get started.
Okay.
Okay.
And notice that I have my gloves and my splash-proof goggles on.
Yes, you want to practice life safety, so we're using our gloves, our long sleeves, our eyewear. We both have closed-toed shoes on, so we are ready to go. So the first thing you're going to do is put your stick blender in.
And burp it, right?
Yeah, so you're just going to tap out the air bubbles like that, because the air gets trapped under the stick blender a little bit, and just do a little hand stir and then burp it again. So this is our water and our our water and our lye solutions. So we're pouring right down there.
And pouring down the shaft helps eliminate
Air bubbles and splash. So then you're gonna, yeah.
And I assume you want to do this fairly slow so you don't splash it on yourself.
Yeah. So you'll notice your lye in your water, it sinks right down to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're just going to want to hand stir a little bit. It'll sink to the bottom until it starts to emulsify, and when the molecules from the water and the lye bond with the molecules of the oil. So once you get a little hand stir in there, you can, your setting has a low and a high, start on low.
And I'm just going to pulse it, right?
You're going to pulse it, but watch me and then do it. And then alternate. And then hand stir. There you go. And then you can see that there's still separation, right? Some of it's lighter and then the oil floating on top.
So not all mixed together yet.
They're not emulsified yet, so go ahead and turn your blender on. Yours is a little bit more powerful than mine, so you're probably going to reach trace before I do. Okay, good. Now hand stir.
It's kind of like making a cake.
It's a lot like baking. Okay, let me check your consistency really fast. Okay, that's good. It's emulsified. It hasn't reached trace yet. So I'm just going to come over here and... Okay, blend yours till it looks like that color. See how it's not leaving trails of soap quite yet. It is a little. See, so it's a very, very light. If I lift it up and I go like this,
I do see
trailings.
some little trails.
And so that's what you're going for there on yours. A little more. Yeah, so as long as you don't see any oil floating on the top. So we're going to be adding in some kaolin clay and some colloidal oatmeal to our soap base here.
So just sprinkle it in?
Yeah, and then you're going to get your stick blender. Now you want to be careful. We're not going to blend too much now because our soap is going to start to get thicker. So we just want to make sure. So put your stick blender over, stir that down because it's going to poof up.
Okay.
So make sure stir that in before you blend. Hand stir. Get that all down underneath your soap a little bit. Here you go. And then your goal is just to get the chunks out and get that all blended in. So we're gonna. Okay, that's good. Now hand stir.
I don't see any clumps, so I think that's probably pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. So now we're going to, I'm going to pour off my 2 in here. And if you see any clumps, we can hand stir them back out. We're going to be putting the stick blenders back in anyway, so.
Oh, I did see some clumps.
That's good. Okay, so you're gonna get a spatula and you can just stir them out. I don't want you to do any more stick blending because it'll get too thick. Here you go. And I will do the same. And you can always put your stick blender in there too, but just because you've never done soap before, yours looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not seeing those clumps now.
Okay, so the next thing you're gonna do is add your color. So you're gonna get your titanium dioxide. I'm gonna get mine.
Give it a little stir.
Stir it up. So we are using titanium dioxide dispersed in water. His white's going to be his accent color, so his is going to go into the smaller container. I'm actually using white as my base, so I am putting it into the bigger container. And then he's going to be using Orange Vibrance Mica from Nurture Soap, and he's going to be putting that into his bigger container. And I'm going to be using Sahara Gold from Brambleberry, and this is dispersed in sunflower oil as one of my accent colors. And I did about a teaspoon of Sahara Gold Mica, and I just covered it with sunflower seed oil. And then I'm going to be using Orchid Purple Mica from Nurture Soap for my other accent. Okay, so Robert, you're going to want to take your orange and put it into your bigger container. And start with a little, see how you like it. So stir that up and see. Also, when you blend it, here, get a different spatula. Also, when you blend it, it's going to change a little bit. Like that's going to get way more white. And
I was going to say, it
orange.
didn't look very white.
Yeah, that's going to get more white. Yeah, that's good. So this color will mute too as the soap, as it goes through the saponification process. And what that means is basically just when the soap hardens and turns to soap in the next 24 hours. It won't stay that bright. Okay, so then you're going to want to take your fragrance.
And this is going into the orange.
You are only pouring yours into the orange. And I'm going to be pouring mine into all three because mine will not discolor.
It smells so good.
It does smell really, really good. So just hand stir that in for a minute. Okay. That looks good. So then you're gonna get your stick blender and you're gonna do your white first. So then that way you don't have to clean it off. So I'm doing my white.
Just give it a little mix.
Yeah, give it a little mix. See how it came up?
Oh, yes.
And as it cures, it'll get whiter. Now hand stir.
Oh, yeah, that really changed to a nice white color.
Yeah. So check your consistency because mine's getting to be a good consistency for like a nice swirl.
I think yours is thicker than mine.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So then you can just take this and go right into your orange. So you're going to want to move your white out of the way. And I'm going to go directly into my gold.
I'm going to pour my white right into my orange?
Not yet. So
Not
you're
yet.
going to take your stick blender and you're going to blend up all the fragrance and color. And I'm going to move your white out of the way.
So this is almost like the consistency of like a cake batter to me.
Yeah, or a melted milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're gonna take your base color. You're gonna find the white thickens up. The titanium dioxide
I did notice that.
makes it thicker. So we're gonna need to get going. So let
Wait,
me
is
get
my base white or orange?
Your base is orange.
Okay.
So you're gonna take your base color.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take mine. And just give it a good stir.
And pour it in the mold?
Yeah.
Just kind of start at one end and go to the...
Yeah, but don't pour it all in. Pour about half of your white, of your orange.
Okay.
Good job.
So that's probably about half.
That's good. And then you're gonna take your white, give it a stir. Now you're gonna watch my pattern, okay? And you're just gonna copy my pattern. You're gonna have to hold your spatula to the side a little bit, but this way you can stir it right before you pour it if it starts to separate at all, or get too thick, and you're gonna hold it from high up, and you're gonna want it to go down into the orange, and then you're just gonna create an S all the way up and all the way back.
Until you're out?
No, just one pass.
Okay.
One pass all the way up and back, like a big S. While you're doing that, I'm gonna do, so higher up, so it's going deeper into the soap. There you go. You just want it to go down into the orange. Good. Now I'm gonna do my gold.
And then I assume I put more orange in.
Yes, but watch how you're gonna do your orange. So you're gonna take your orange and you're gonna go the opposite. Now you're gonna take your orange and you're gonna go like this. This creates a nice swirl without having to do anything. You're gonna go this way.
Okay. So that minimizes what you have to do with the soap to try to get the swirl effect.
Yep, it creates its own swirl just from the pour. So you're gonna wanna go high up again and back and forth.
Am I using the rest of this or no?
No, you're gonna go one pass down and then you're gonna take your white and do the same S pattern that you just did. So this might need to stir it a little bit with your spatula. We are using the brambleberry 5-pound wooden molds with the matching silicone liner. Now take your mold and we're going to tap it down.
To help get air bubbles out of it?
To help get air bubbles and just kind of make that, yeah, move that side to side, get it a little bit more even. Good, and then you're just gonna alternate. So if you just did your white, you can do your orange again that way. And I'm gonna finish up with my You can probably use the rest of your orange now. It's looking like it might need a little stir though. I'm gonna leave like that much for the top on mine, if you wanna copy my design, like this much, so I can scrape it out onto the top.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm gonna go put that aside. I'm gonna finish out my colors.
Now I have a little more white. Should I go ahead and use that up?
Yeah, and then just use a little bit for, save a little bit for your top. Okay, so you're gonna be, yeah, you poured it out as much as you could, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let me get my colors caught up here. Okay, so as you can see, our soap is starting to thicken. Okay, so we're gonna tap it down again and kind of shake it. Okay, so then you're gonna take your spatula. Here's what I'm gonna do for the top. I'm gonna take my color that's left, because sometimes if you put just the color on top, you won't get the white accent when you do your top. It'll just kind of be buried in the orange. So get your colors out. I'm gonna just kind of put mine on the top like this until I get all my soap out. Yep. So what we did with the inside of the soap was we just did a drop swirl. So the soap is going to swirl itself inside unless if you want to add in a spin swirl, we can do that too. That'll drag some of the color through if you wanted to try that.
Sure.
Okay. So we did a drop swirl, but I think we're both going to add in we're both gonna add in a spoon swirl. So
I have a
hold
little
off
bit
on
of-
your white. Hold off on your white, and we're gonna do, I'm gonna give you a large spoon, and then this will help kind of create a swirl in the soap. So you're gonna start on one end, you're gonna go all the way down to the bottom of your soap, and you're just gonna turn it. This will help drag some of the colors through, over and over till you get to the end. Ooh, this is gonna look really pretty. I can't wait to see what it looks like on the inside. Sometimes it's kind of nice to wait till it gets to this consistency to do a spoon swirl, so then you get more variation. See?
Yours is much prettier than mine.
It's gonna look so good, don't worry. It's gonna look so good. Yeah, just keep going. I think that looks awesome. Doesn't that look like the neatest? And you're just gonna tap it down again. That looks so good. You're gonna be so surprised with the inside. Now, you could just leave your soap like this. Well, you're just gonna wanna tap yours down. So see how I'm going? Yeah, up and down. Because we're gonna do something with a chopstick, I think. Or we can do you wanna do like a design on the top, or do you wanna texturize it and make it like more wavy on the top?
So let's try that chopstick approach.
Okay. So we're gonna wanna tap our molds down again. Looks good. Okay, so you used a chopstick earlier for your fragrance, so just clean off the top. So then you're gonna take your chopstick and you're gonna start on this end.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just gonna go like this in an S pattern.
Just back and forth.
Mm-hmm. But about 1/4 of an inch in, you don't wanna go, because you already have a design inside that you don't wanna mess up. So don't put this chopstick down too far. And so it should create this type of effect across your soap. You're just gonna be 2 colors. Ooh, that looks pretty. That looks really pretty. Till you get to the end. Now, you could leave it like this, but I think I'm gonna go up this way too. So once you've gone this way all the way, you can go back this way.
So let me see what it looks like when you do it on yours.
Okay, and yours, you don't have any more white left. Yeah, so if you wanted to drag the white, but this looks so pretty. To me, this kind of looks creamy and milky. I don't know, I like it. So I'm gonna drag my color now through this way. So what it's doing is it's kind of pulling the gold and the purple through in a more wispy pattern.
It almost looks like flowers.
Yeah, it almost looks like flowers or like feathers, huh? And that's where I'm gonna leave mine. So if you wanna leave yours like that, you totally can. Or you can go up, but I don't know. Totally personal preference.
This is where the artistic part of it comes into play. Because it's not going to change the quality of the soap.
Not gonna change the quality of the soap at all. Looks really pretty. Ooh.
See how easy it is to make soap?
That looks really pretty. So then we are going to take 91% rubbing alcohol and we're going to spray the whole top of our soap down. That's going to prevent something called soda ash, which is a natural process that happens when the soap is exposed to the air. It's actually baking soda that forms on top. So my rubbing alcohol is right there. So I'm wondering, I want to give it another. Okay, so go ahead and spray yours down. Good. And then I'll do the same on mine. Give it a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with soda ash, but it does take away from the design. Since we did such a nice design on top, we don't want to.
We want pretty soap.
We want it to look good.
And that's good?
Yeah. And that's the making of orange mimosa soap and berry mimosa soap. Okay, stay tuned for the cutting.
Bye.
Bye.